Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, crazy day today, crazy day. I had to deal with some crooks, real bad. And after I succeeded dealing with them, which is it all went my way, I did what Adolf did after the night of the long knives. If you remember what he did with AS troops, he took a bath. Well, I swam. I went for a swim. I swam a kilometer, and I am with crazy hair. Doesn't really matter, but I feel like he said, anew, like a baby. See how long that's gonna last. Very, very, very important subjects in this video. Sometimes there are some subjects, some topics that I'm not very thrilled about, but you guys respond positively. And sometimes I'm very excited for some news, some developments, and the videos don't get viewed. And I feel like, oh my God, that's actually, sincerely, I think it's a loss, not from me. Anyway, what do we have here? We have first topic, if you remember, after the disastrous Biden, not disastrous, obvious, but disastrous Biden's performance during the so-called debate. Those are not debates, just so you know, my friends in America, those don't qualify as debates. Those are, I ask you a question, you say something, and that's about it. Debates engage one another. Not really. All right, those are not a debate. The debate was through the two Jewish moderators, and both were Jewish. Nothing wrong with that, just a coincidence at CNN. So anyway, if you remember, the Biden's campaign and the media and the guys who still want to keep propped Biden up, they did some damage control and immediately booked some interviews with Biden. If you remember one particular show, a host who interviewed Biden was, I made that video yesterday. She and the White House agreed to the questions she's going to ask Biden. Now let's put it, I would show you in 3 articles how the media in the US portrays that, and that is euphemisms. So they fired her. But no, it's not fire. They part ways because she came and said, yeah, I have to run with the White House the questions for Biden. But I will show you 3 articles, one from CNN, how it escalates, one from Fox News, and eventually the truth comes from the 3rd article, The Independent. Next topic. Indian Prime Minister Modi is visiting his friend Putin. United States of America up real bad because they are in a de facto alliance. I'm going to cover that with Associated Press and Sputnik and see what Putin and Modi discussed. Chopus la cale. All right, what did they plan? And guess what they plan? Defense, my friends. And economic ties. Security. Next one. We find out that a guy who is Jewish, it just happens, and he's the husband of Kamala Harris. Can make shit up, man. But hey, he can have her, she's too for me, all right? He tests positive for COVID, and can you guess if he's vaccinated and how many boosters he's got? Let's move on. I will cover that one. And I have it from 2 articles so you can see their faces. The groom and whatever she is, bride. Those are ugly mofos. And then we end up, let's see, do we end up with that? Yeah, we end up with the French elections. And I'm going to show you again how these guys are happy democracy won. And who won? The communists are in charge. And I'm going to show you euphemisms used for far left as hard left or left coalition. And we're going to go and see who are the parties, one by one, that formed that coalition that won. And who could be the prime minister of France, right? And the president after that, we'll find out, correct? I think the guy is still going to stay in place. What's his name? Macron, but the prime minister will be changed. I'm going to go one by one to show you the left coalition. That's a communist, left, far left, They don't use far left. They use far right, like a, how do you call it, diluted, inflated currency everywhere. They don't like something, far right, phobic, East, and so on. So let's start with the beginning. Why did you turn black on me? Actually dark. So let's start with the first one. CNN. Remember Biden and all that. This is from today, July 7th. I'm sorry, from yesterday, July 7th. Oh, they moved even faster. God damn, man. Today is July 8th. And this article is from yesterday. Radio host who interviewed Biden leaves station after admitting campaign aides gave her pre-selected questions. So this is the title, and I'm going to show you the title. She just leaves on vacation, I don't know, in the moon, right there. She leaves. What do you think? Did she leave? Next one. We're going to go to the same topic. We're keeping on the same topic. Ooh, antennas. And this is Fox News. And we have a little bit closer than leaving. Leaving is like, and I leave. Now, it's not like that. Now, this one is like both mutual. Radio station, quote unquote, part ways with host after admitting White House gave her questions before Biden interview. This is the democracy, mofos from America. This is your democracy. We have to change that. Why do I say democracy? Because if you have things like this fixed, there's no democracy. They're fixed, my friends, fixed. And then you have the third one, where we really have the right words and we left euphemisms fly. Radio station cuts, I thought something else was with an N, cuts ties with host who revealed the Biden campaign gave her questions prior to interview. So radio station cuts ties. What does that mean? You're fired. Right there, my friends. Cuckoo bow. That's the level of America. All right? So, what's the next step? Imprison you, hurt you, or eliminate you. This is the right, not the right, this is the obvious trajectory. If you fire someone for telling the truth that we should know about, they part way, my bad. Okay? What's next? They're going to hurt her. Maybe they're going to imprison her. Maybe she's going to disappear. We are on that trajectory, my American friends. That happened in Soviet Russia when Lenin, Stalin, Trotsky were in charge. Only then, okay? Not when Gorbachev was around, or Brezhnev, or Antonov, whatever his name is, right? It was Antonov, the guys who died, one after another. Brezhnev, I think Antonov. But anyway, I can't remember. Indian Prime Minister, we switch gears here, like from the first and a half. Associated Press, Indian Prime Minister arrives in Russia on his first visit since Moscow sent troops into Ukraine. Is it clear? Is it clear what's going on here? And we have here, friends will be friends right till the end. A little tango. I like Modi's hand on Putin's arm, and Putin's like, shit, no, don't touch me. All right, good. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Moscow on Monday for a two-day visit, his first since Russia sent troops, an action that has complicated the relationship between the longtime partners and pushed Russia closer to India's rival, China. No, that is a false assessment by CNN. Don't buy that, Associated Press. That's not true. Why? I assess things differently. All right? The big bully here is someone else across Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean, considering India is in between, let's put it this way. All right? That's the problem. Not the war in Ukraine. No. Modi was like, I can't be with you, Putin, right now because the big bad guy with the vassal states, with his plantation, wants to kick me in the teeth. So I have to have my guard very hard, up and close, all right? And when they that's what India did, and the guys did all that, on poor India. But India is strong, my friends. India has character. Now, it says here, Modi was set to have dinner with Russian President Vladimir Putin, to be followed by Kremlin talks Tuesday. Monday, pop. Okay, let's go and see what Sputnik says, because Sputnik says this. What to expect from Putin-Modi talks in Moscow. And these guys are a bit more decent than those garbage from Associated Press. There it is. But anyway, if they had a little tango like that, I would like to know. So thank you very much, Associated Press. So we have at the end of this is agenda of Modi visit to Moscow. Let's go to the key topics. The summit will offer opportunities for the two leaders, and I'm quoting, to review the whole range of bilateral issues, including, and the first one is defense, money, and then trade, investment, energy cooperation, science and technology, education, culture, and people-to-people exchange, among others. Got that? Got that. Who's the Al Capone that shoots blanks? Why? Because India has a big chest and is gonna have everything just ricochet. So there it is, my friends. Whose fault? The guys in Washington, because they were either planning this and some make money, but the country is fucked, which is you and I, or they dropped the ball because threats, blackmail, regime change have been tried with India, and direct confrontation, niet. All right, next one. Let's go to Mr. Dag Emhoff. He's probably Emhov, but anyway, Emhoff, because these guys who come from Soviet Union or even former states, and they ended up with of, they change into off, and you know who they are. I personally know. Second gentleman, he's a gentleman because she's a lady. Whoa, she's a lady. Exactly. So he's a gentleman because she's a lady. Remember, in real life, do not call people ladies and gentlemen, because you don't know if they really earned that. To be called a gentleman and a lady in all times in Great Britain or in England, you had to earn that through your behavior. Okay? So I don't know if it is a gentleman, because I know she is not a lady. No. Why? I saw her, I heard her, and that's about it. All right. Second gentleman, Dag Emhoff, tests positive for COVID. CBS News. And I'm going to read the first paragraph. Emhoff tested positive on Saturday after experiencing mild symptoms. You have to know it's mild symptoms, because otherwise, because of that is mild symptom. But I'm not going to get into that one. Lisa Acevedo, the communications director for the second gentleman, said in a statement which noted that he is fully vaccinated and has received 3 booster shots. 1, 2, 3, the Trinity. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which comes from Associated Press. Second gentleman, tests positive for COVID. Vice President, thank God, has tested negative. That means they're not quite in contact. If you know what I mean. Here they are. Yes, they are. Look at that portrait. Look at her. Oh my God, look at those teeth. Yeah. Look at him. You want some money? You know what I mean? You want some money? I got some money. Yeah, and she's like, oh my God, what a combination. My African American friends, you know what I mean. Ask Kanye West about that one. My God, I make the sound for you here. So again, we have here the same thing. He's fully, I'm quoting, Lisa said, is fully vaccinated, this gentleman, and 3-time boosted. Like a booster chair, like go with the child in a restaurant, is a booster chair. These guys are boosted 3 times. Currently asymptomatic. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the French. All right, what's going on here? Associated Press. Everybody is happy over there, but the evil far right. Why? The chips fell the way they wanted them to fall. if you know what I mean. Everybody rejoices. Ooh, joy to the world. Here it is. A lot of hope. Again, hope. What kind of hope? When someone says hope and what was the other one that Obama said? Hope and change. Hold on. What do you mean hope? Hope in what? Hope that I smack you? And change in what way? Are you gonna put me in chains? Is that the change? All right. So a lot of hope. French left rejoices at unexpected election win. I personally don't think it was unexpected whatsoever, because when Macron pushed the buttons, everybody else worked overtime to make sure the chips are falling like this. Not like that, like this, bang. And they did. Congratulations, Professor Higgins. All right, so here you have them. There you have them. So everybody's happy. A lot of hope. Next article. You're going to see how it goes euphemistically like this. CNN. What is the left-wing NFP coalition and who will be France's next prime minister? Probably that youngster that, Macron begged to stay in power because they're already working at his facade. Remember the guy? Yeah, half his Zelensky style, half is, I don't know, Algerian, whatever he is, because it seems like... Anyway, what is the left wing? Let's see the coalition, my friends. It's not going to be Mélenchon, because he's too ugly. I'm not saying he's stupid. All right, who are the NFP, my friends? Who are the FM bumping boom? Who is in charge? So, Mélenchon, 3 presidential campaigns have been beset by accusations of anti-Semitism, so he will not be. I have to read that for you, that's for sure. In a recent survey of French Jewish voters by IFOP or IFOP, 57% said they would leave France if Mélenchon party were to govern. I guarantee you that they won't. Maybe they will move to the United States of America, but they will not go to Israel. Anyway, who cares? We do. But anyway, we have Raphael Glucksmann. A more notable, a more acceptable face of the coalition could be the socialist future. They don't hide. Socialist. Or Raphael Glucksmann. Yeah, Zelensky Stein, don't worry. If you look back into his past. The moderate leader of Place Publique and a member of the European Parliament. There you have one of them. All right, let's move on, because we're going to go like this, up. Next one, The Telegraph. Macron's deal with hard left, not far left, hard left. Now, when someone said, man, Emily is hard, I mean, not that kind. Hard is like, he's tough, man. But if you say, Emily is far left or far, it's a different connotation. So it's not far left, it's hard left. Like those guys through socialism, they get hard. Socialism don't get you hard. Socialism gets you not even wet. All right, it says here, Macron's deal with hard left puts France on a collision course with Brussels. I don't think so, because those are their brothers. They're socialists as well. All right, so let's go here at and it says right here, France's unbowed party, led by populist firebrand Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the guy I mentioned before, is the most radical of the lot. No, because we have the Communist Party. In the coalition, there is the Communist Party. Promise, I will read it for you, I will show it to you. So they say that Mélenchon, remember the 57% of the Jewish population, blah, blah, blah. All right, he's the most radical. That, how can you be, if you're more radical than a communist, what are you? I know, hard communist. Right here, that's what he says. His previous leftist alliance fell apart over Mélenchon's refusal to brand Hamas a terrorist organization after its October 7 attack against Israel. So, all right, you got that one, right? He's got some other things that he is not electable. And if you want to really know, look at the picture and you understand that these guys are not for him. Otherwise, they will have a... this kind of pictures when they want to get the idiots, the baboons. Oh, he looks nice. Yeah. But when you see this evil guy, niet. or Menon. All right, weasels. Next one, and here we have, everybody's happy that Le Pen is blocked from power. So we're going to have the same old shit in France, even worse because the communists will be in power. You don't believe me? Le Pen's party blocked from power, and everybody is celebrating in their little jacuzzis while they have pee-pee in it, and they try to have something, but they can't because they are soft. You know, the soft limbs, that's what they are. They try, but no. And we have Le Pen here. Well, my cousin, who knows a lot, much more than I know, about the French politics because he covers it. He speaks French. I don't speak that well French, let's put it this way. He's sick. Hey, how's that quick recovery, fast recovery, my cousin? Because I need you to come here and tell us, God damn it, I'm going to come and grab you from your bed and put you in front of the camera, and we're going to have a program soon. As soon as he's going to be not like, right? We're not going to have him like that. Next one, and the last one, is how it all went wrong for Le Pen national rally. Le Pen party blocked from power. All right, so this is what they say right here. They started saying that this is from June 28, 2024. Le Pen victory could unleash violence across France. So that was scare tactic. Don't vote for her. And in this article here, we're going to find out, as I said, where are you? All right, who is who and what is what, right? All right, who are these guys? The left-wing coalition, which is called the Popular Front, is made up of France's Socialist Party, the French Communist Party, a green political party called the Ecologists, and France Unbowed. The bloc has pledged to institute a number of measures if elected. Communism is right there, including scrapping Macron pension reform and working towards establishing a, and I'm quoting, right to retire at 6 years old. So the left-wing coalition is called the Popular Front, Socialist Party, Communist Party, Green political party called the Ecologist, and right there the first paragraph. All right? So you know who's who, what's what. You are communists. Well, maybe the communists will do what they do best. And if you want to know what the communists do best, you look into history. And I think they have the prerequisite because I think they have the right people in charge. As the Soviet Union had the right people in charge, the communists, Trotsky, Lenin, those guys, okay, Kaganovich, Yogoda, and so on. And then they exported that to, and they got Bela Kun in Hungary in 1919, remember that one? And then they exported after the Second World War, after the good West, the free people left us to the Soviets, to the same guys. They exported their, at least in Romania, Anna Pauker and Mr. Walter Roman, Romanian, both of them. So, these guys seem to have the Atal, they got the other guy, Griezmann, so whatever his name is, like the soccer player, and so on. So good job, my friends. I'm waiting for that French culture and civilization and whatever used to be to continue to implode. And the problem is that they think they're doing something great. They think they're happy, they're superior. And their country, their nation, there goes down the shithole. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.